Hello, this is Miho from Canada. How are you guys doing? I hope your mental and physical health are good and fit. So today, I'm going to talk about abundance of life. That sounds good, right? And it depends on people. The definition of abundance would be different. It could be health, finance, or relationship, or material things, or your intelligent level, like so many different areas. The meaning of abundance would be different. That's okay. But in order to achieve this, there's 3 points I'm going to talk about, and this is the key points. So number 1 is your intention. So you have this intention, you want to become abundant, you want to have this life with abundance. So like me, when I was negative, I wasn't even know the word of abundance. It just didn't know if this world of negativity is gonna get any better. So first is the intention that you like to have the abundant life. Number 2 is to stop from that negative voices in your head, because you're gonna hit those moments, and if you know ahead of the time that's you're just a voice, whispering you, and you could avoid it, you could shut it down instead of being sucked in. So number 3 is to be surrounded by people who have the same purpose or same goal with you, the abundant life, or the people who already have those traits that you're looking for. That's huge. So I'm gonna go over in detail. So number 1, that's intention. So you need to set your intention. What kind of life would you like to have? What kind of personality you would like to pursue? And that's the step. And if you are struggling or with pain and all those troubles, and it might not be possible from your eyes that point to see any better world, you think people who have such a great life are living in a total different level, total different world, have nothing to do with you. That's how I felt. So you're in this little vicious cycle of negativity. In order to leap out, you first need to have an intention that you like to have this life that you really, really longing for. And you start to build. In the beginning, maybe it's kind of like a foggy of, abundant life. And then you start to digging a little bit deeper into detail so that you can see a little bit clearer. It's like, try to climb the Mount Fuji in Japan or anywhere, Mount Everest. You want to be on top. And that's just a vague idea. But how are you going to go up there? You're going to go up there by helicopter? Or you're going to go up on foot? Or you're going to go up to the car to the certain level and walk up? And all those different methods that you can do to reach the same goal. And that all depends how you feel. But in order to be on the top, you need to have a certain details covered and planned, because you can't just go up with the flip-flop and a t-shirt. You need some sort of, the backpack with the food and water, all the gears or layers, or maybe gloves, all those. So when you start to think about all those little details, and it becomes clear, it becomes more achievable. And you don't need to really line up everything all at once, but a little bit at a time from your, your thoughts, like how you're gonna get there. Right? It might be in your life, listen to maybe audio or YouTube that who speaks really good life stories or biology from somebody or anything that really inspire you, the quotes or so you start to find out a little bit of the time towards your intention and break it down to make it a little bit clearer at that time instead of just a vague idea. It's like, I want to become a millionaire. I want to have money. Okay, that's very vague. But how much money would you like? And what are you gonna do with it, right? You wanna do the material things, or if you wanna help people, or you just wanna use that for what? And that's how you break it down to make it, clear. And that's more achievable. So number 2 is stop those negative voices, those evil voice. You take it, this is a part of the process of achieving anything, because it's not always sunshine and a beautiful weather. It's when I say go for run, when you go for run in a beautiful sunny day, it's nice and easy. But it could be a very cold day, gushing wind, or stormy weather, or snowing, right? So you never know. And in the process of life, you will hit those weather too. And a lot of people will quit, including me. For instance, when I was start running, when it's beautiful, sure, everybody feels so uplifted and go out and get the fresh air. But when you look out and it's so gloomy and dark and cloudy and it starts to rain, you don't feel like going out. But this persistence of training is the key. So same for persistence of going towards what you want to do is also the key as well. And in order to avoid those negative whispering evil voice in your head, it's important, because those are the temporarily try to stop you from doing things. So you have that in your mind, and you eliminate those by maybe writing down what you really wanted to do, or you just focusing on things that you really wanted to do, and also stay away from people who give you those negative voices. It's enough to have it in your head. You don't need other people telling you that it's impossible, like, what are you doing, like, get the hang of your the reality or anything in that sort. In negativity words, it really drain your energy. So you set intention. Those negative voices, it's just a part of process. And in order to get through that, it's like get through the weather. You see the rainbow unless you go through the stormy weather. Like when it's so nice and sunshine, you wouldn't see the rainbow. In order to see the rainbow, you gotta go through the rain, the tough days, right? So it's just a part of process. And in order, number 2 points to make it easier, it goes into the number 3, which is to be surrounded by people who have the good intention, same purpose and goal, or same intention, or people who already living that life that you like to have. So you have the examples, people, and that's really huge, because when you have this mindset that it is impossible, but when you're surrounded by people who already done that task, to them it's not impossible, it's possible. So their thinking level is very much higher than where you're at. So you learn so much, and you show up thinking a certain way, but it becomes or make you think that's possible. And they talk about very casually, and it's nothing special. Yeah, you could do it, why not? Just do it, kind of thing. So for me, that's an example. When I was training for the marathon, first time I just did it myself. Like literally I was on my own and it was so tough. It's like going back to number 2 points, like I had so much negative voices, and it get influenced by the weather as well. Like it's raining, oh it's so cold, and I just don't have the time, like oh I had to do this instead, and it's just procrastinate, right? And it was very tough. Then the second time around I joined the group of people who ran the marathon. Then all of a sudden I start hearing people talk about, yeah, let's go for a run in a cold weather and any kind of weather, and they mention like, oh today it's so fresh, whereas I'm thinking like this is super cold, but okay, that's how you take it. And then they will run in -20, they run in the heat or the rain or snow. It doesn't matter to them, they just go for it, get it done, and they feel good. So I learned that lesson from those people who have a different mindset, and you get influenced by it in a good way. And they talk about, okay, I did the Boston Marathon, this is my 3rd time or 4th time or more, and I did the marathon for 20 times. It's like, wow. And they talk about it very casually, so you think that's something is very achievable instead of like super far fetched goal. So you become like their mindset, and you learn the process, you learn to shift the mindset. That's what really makes you go forward. So when you want to do something, it's best to have people who who can rely on accountability. It's like when you have somebody waiting, you want to show up to do it instead of just you, no one's there, so you could procrastinate and you just do something else to avoid it, right? But when you have a set of people who do the same thing, you just push yourself through and then do it. So same for that life as well. When you're surrounded by people who think that life is an adventure, life is here to enjoy, life is here to forgive and keep going and improve and grow. And when you have those people around you, you start to think like them. It's like attracts like. This is a very simple concept, and it really applies to your life. And it does make your life so much better inequality wise. And I learned this way too. And so you start to be away from people who do the opposite, try to put you down or try to talk to you in a negative ways or pull you down because they don't want you to do something else better than them. Those kind of mindset, you start to shift far from it. So you focus on those people's mindset, and you get a good influence to it, and you learn it and adapt, and you take it like it becomes your norm. So you level up into their mindset. So that's very helpful. And so those 1, 2, 3 points are the very good resource to remember. Intention to be abundance. Number 2, quiet those negative voice. By number 3, surrounded by the people who have a good intention and the same goal, same intention, or have that life that you want already. You can learn so much. Okay, so have those points, and it will really improve and enhance your quality of your life. See you in the next video.